The people of Georgia got what they wanted, what they've been waiting for 41 years. It was Bryce Young, the Heisman Trophy winner, with the ball in his hands, moving down the field. He needs a touchdown and a two-point conversion. He throws the ball up, and Keely Ringo comes down with the interception. Not just the interception, but the pick six. Jalen, 41 years in the making. What do you think about this historic win from Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs?
I'm currently in Atlanta. As you know, watching them win and being in Georgia does hit different. And I'll tell you something, Jacoby. Let's just count the ways they gave Nick Saban his largest defeat, 15 points, since he's been at Alabama. How about the fact that a walk-on beat the Heisman Trophy winner in the national championship? It was an ugly, low-scoring game. First half, getting up
6-9. 6-9 at the half.
And then how about in the fourth quarter? How about this nondescript fumble that happened in the fourth quarter, right? Like, the defender didn't even realize he was making a monumental play, and then you go back and you look at the film, and then they call it a fumble, right? And then at that moment, Kirby Smart looks at his walk-on quarterback, and he invests in him. He believes in him. And sometimes when you get a free play, that breeds confidence. And that free play turned into a touchdown pass.
Beautiful pass.
And then he threw a second touchdown pass. And then I was looking at his name. I was like, wait a minute. I used to love Gilligan's Island growing up, right? And it's like Thurston Howell III. You know,
Stetson Bennett the fourth.
Don't that sound distinguished? You know what I mean? He has to have a yacht with that name, right? And that guy in front of entire world has been benched, has been on the practice squad, has been recruited over. It was great to see him shine when it mattered the most on the big stage. Now, Alabama, man, they were shorthanded, and they lost their big-time deep threat during the game. So I don't want to take nothing away from Georgia. It's been 40 years in the making, and every time it seems like they got close, they came up short. In particular, against Alabama, including this season. So for them to respond the way they did has been outstanding. Go Dogs.
And when you talk about the responses, I was watching every snap of this game. In the first half, it just seemed like Georgia couldn't move the ball, especially on the ground. Their first, 3 series really seemed like it was going to be a tough day for them. They came out of halftime, and the offensive line was just moving Alabama. Every time Cook or White touched the ball, it seemed like they were getting 5 yards, 6 yards, first down. Cook broke a big one. What they did on the ground is really what set them up for Stetson to make those big touchdown throws. What do you think about their ground game?
And quiet as it's kept, your ground game just established some physicality at the point of attack and on the line of scrimmage. And while they were running the ball, Alabama kept throwing it and throwing it and throwing it some more. He almost threw the ball 60 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, normally Alabama's way more balanced than that. Alabama ain't QBU. Okay, we've seen some recent players that go there have success, whether it's Jalen Hurts, who transferred, and obviously Tua, but you got to go back to Joe Namath. You know what I'm saying? For Alabama quarterbacks to go to the NFL and be a Pro Bowl or All-Pro player. So now that you have that in a Heisman Trophy winner, I think they lost their balance. They lost their identity, and Georgia stuck to theirs. Physicality at the point of attack, running the ball, and also playing stout defense, something they were doing the entire season.
There was one drive in the second half where Alabama really established Robinson running the ball and catching it out of the backfield. But then it got away from that later when Bryce Young sort of had to make plays as they got down in the game. And one thing that Georgia did is they got after Bryce Young, something that they could not do in the SEC championship game. It seemed like Georgia defenders were in his face every time he dropped back. He never felt comfortable the way he has for the rest of the entire season.
Because other than the moments you described about running the ball, there was no balance. and they lost their deep threat. So then this allowed Georgia to just tee off. And Alabama got to the red zone, I believe, 4 times. They just only scored 1 touchdown. And that late pick 6 is one of my favorite plays for so many reasons. Because as a player and as a fan, right, I watched the pick happen. But I also see Kirby Smart, who played there, who now coaches there. One of 4 or 5 people to win at his alma mater. Tell a DB to get down. To get down.
He like, nah,
and the DB like, I'm not going to be able to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it, Coach.
Right through that stoplight.
You know
I
what
loved
I'm
it so
saying?
much. He's like, I'm scoring a touchdown, Coach. I know you want me to get down, but I'm going to get down in the end zone, and I'm going to make the play.
Get down like this. We're going to get down to lay down. That's what we going to do. We going to the house.
It's not an iconic moment if he just takes a knee. If he just takes a knee at the 50-yard line, it doesn't go down in history. It doesn't become the pick 6, which was actually what happened in the previous matchup between these two, except it was the other team with the big pick 6 to ice the game. I love that he went right past Coach. You know, he looked over to the side and saw Coach go like this. He just like, nah, dog, we are going to the house.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.